Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is August the 13th, 2017, a really awesome day. Buy and hold. Resist the temptation to sell at high prices. Get rich by desiring little. Pure commitment to Bitcoin. Okay, this is the channel where people celebrate that they were not impulsive when others were. Just a few weeks ago or a few months ago, when people were saying to sell your Bitcoin, don't buy and hold, but Adam was telling you to buy and hold. All right, so August the 17th is coming up. I'm going to be in Quebec City. Email me at adam@tresorhelp.com if you want to hang out. Maybe pick me up at the airport. Who knows? I'll talk your head off about Bitcoin if you pick me up from the airport, give you a consultation, whatever. Hey, speaking of consultation, I forgot to take down the little sign that you have up there right now, hardware wallet at cryptohwwallet.com. Yes, that's a little consult for you. These leather cases for these Trezors and other devices are really interesting and fun. I have one in my hand right now. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, it's leather. It's nice. If you like that kind of thing, I'm just saying to pound that like button. All right, so Bitcoin hit $4,100 today. It's hit it a couple times. I mean, this is amazing. I'm really happy about this. I'm really happy that I had a strong hand through it all, and that we're enjoying the party. There's going to be more SegWit stuff in the air soon. So just get ready. And hey, man, if it drops down to 3,300, we're still happy. Please, people, just think long-term. Think long-term. Never panic if it drops, because there will be days that it drops. You just have to get used to that. Long-term thinking, it is like a really big key to life. And I mentioned that on Yes for Motivation show today. I was just on it like an hour ago. Check it out. I link to it below. Always check out the link section below for important links. Okay, cryptohwwallet.com. And also, yeah, I'm wearing the shirt of Cryptograffiti. I forgot to mention that a lot lately. But you can get the link below. He's got really cool shirts, Bitcoin shirts. You get a 10% discount with the Meister code. Okay, yeah, so I said the strong hand is really paying off. This is only the start. Here's a link from a tweet from Ian John Lee. Bitcoin just hit $4,000 and 99.9% of the world's capital is still on the sidelines. Interesting perspective. So fear of missing out, it's in the air, people. That's what FOMO stands for, if you were wondering. Fear of missing out. Learn it, live it, love it. But you see it in the mainstream media. People are talking about it now. Tomorrow is Monday. Everyone is going to go back to work. People are going to be talking about it. So FOMO will be in the air. People will be buying. Who knows what we're going to learn next? If people are hoarding, we'll get to that in a second. It was brought up on Twitter today by at least one person. How about all those ICOs out there that raise their funds in Ethereum instead of Bitcoin recently? If they recently raised their funds in Ethereum instead of like raising them in Bitcoin in the last 3 weeks, they're probably regretting not raising their funds in Bitcoin. But anyway, maybe they're not, because most of these ICOs are just like scams to just raise any sort of cryptocurrency and rip you guys off when you guys should just be holding on to your value and holding Bitcoin especially. But hey, do what you want to do. I mean, I try to preach it. I try to preach common sense. It's not glamorous. Hey, man, we are not glamorous at this channel. But we're in pretty good financial shape, though. So what are you going to do? Warren Buffett is not a glamorous guy either. And I think he's in good financial shape from what I hear. So Money Triggs, who has been on this show before, an awesome tweeter out there, he says, same way we are jumping hundreds per day, we'll be jumping thousands per day. Oh, God. That is quite a bold statement. But hey, man, be happy. Why not? Hey, man, it's better than worrying about all that. Remember, BIP 148, BIP 141, BIP 8. Isn't this a lot more fun than worrying about those things that people were like going crazy over before? Anyway, and I told people not to worry. I told people don't worry about BIP. You don't have to be a technical genius here, people. You don't have to be a technical. I mean, it makes you crazy if you try to learn technical stuff and you don't have a technical brain. But I tried to reassure everyone it's going to be fine. And now we're at $4,100. I didn't know it was going to be this fine. Woo. Anyway, it really, a guy from Hawaii sent me this. And this is a serious subject matter. It really stings to see Bitcoin blasting off without us here in Hawaii. All right, so many of you remember an old video of mine, and you've read it also in other places. Coinbase and Gemini, they don't operate in Hawaii because of a certain state political board that controls monetary. I don't even know these bureaucracies. It shouldn't even exist, whatever's doing this, but there are rules there that make it really hard for something like Coinbase to operate there. And they just are like, we're not dealing with you, Hawaii. So people in the state of Hawaii, which is just as much of a state as Maryland or New York or Virginia, it's one of the 50 states in the United States, the most powerful country in the history of humanity, they cannot purchase Bitcoin with dollars there. There's no easy way to do it. They can do it on local Bitcoins probably. I mean, if you want to meet some guy in the back alley of Honolulu or whatever and make an exchange with all cash with him, be my guest, or you can do it in a bank where it's much safer. I'm not encouraging you to do any of those things, but it's really unfortunate. I linked to that old Hawaii video below. Click on it because I do give the contact information of who to complain to there. I don't know how many people actually did it. I have been I know about 4 or 5 guys in Hawaii. I wanted to have a conference there. That would have been really cool. But and hey, man, if you want me to come out there, we can set something up. I've been to Honolulu. I was just had a layover in Honolulu. I didn't like your airport very much this time around. But your city, I like Honolulu. And well, one thing about Honolulu, you guys got to be more entrepreneurial. Don't work in that service industry. So many people who work in the service industry just look like they're broken people. It's really a shame. So be an entrepreneur, get Bitcoin, watch these videos because I give you a positive outlook on how to work for yourself and just how to break out of the mainstream. And hey, if you want a consultation and on how to do that, we can talk, we can set something up. I do crypto consultations. I do life consultations, Trezor consultation, set up consultations. Email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. I haven't talked about that for a while. Pound that like button. All right, we mentioned Luke before. That was a great show. It's linked to below. Hey, here is something. I missed this the other day. Mike Hearn, the infamous Mike Hearn. Hearn is back in the news because he says he has he all of a sudden found old emails from Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, why he's bringing this up now on a couple of days ago, or why it even matters, I don't know. But what's ironic and funny about this is Mike Hearn, he quit Bitcoin over a year ago. And when he quit Bitcoin, Bitcoin was at about $400. So now we're in $4,000 land. And he sold all his Bitcoin, he said, for $400. He was pretty impulsive there. I'm quitting Bitcoin. I think he said it was dead. He said Bitcoin was dead. He was going to work for some corporation or something. And, hey, you're free to do what you want to do. I just thought it was interesting that on a day that Bitcoin hit, it was in the 4,000s, that we remember Mr. 400 himself. Mr. 400. Pound that like button. All right. So, if you would have listened to him, this guy, I don't know if he's a big blocker, and I don't know what the dude is trying to do here. He's just spreading FUD. But hey, man, if you like his kind of mentality, then yeah, you would have sold it $400, and I guess you'd be talking about how you had emails from Satoshi Nakamoto. So this week at Bitcoin, that show of mine was awesome this week. I linked to it below, and it was awesome because of the guests, and I am proud to have the best guest in the space on the show. Hey, man, we might not have fancy graphics or fancy sets or fancy microphones, but we do have awesome guest on Friday that I am really proud of. And we never have repeat, like from one week to the next, we don't have repeat people. So if you're on for week 1, you're not going to be on week 2. You're going to get a different person. I mean, I've got like a rotation lasting at least 8 to 12 weeks. I mean, some people don't come back for 12 weeks. Some people don't come back. It just, it depends on who's available and stuff. I mean, Tone hasn't been on for a long time now. I don't want to bug Tone. Tone has been really busy. Pound that like button for Tone Vase. Go to his channel. I mean, he's rocking it out there, man. What can you say? What can you say? He's a good dude. He's working hard. One of the best guys in Bitcoin, no doubt about it, Tone Vase. All right, Alistair Milne, another dude who I want to get on the show, he's in Europe. He's in, I'm drawing a blank. He's not in Andorra. He's in that other little country. I can't think of its name now. Monaco. I think he's in Monaco. Anyway, Bitcoin was, this is his quote, a month ago, Bitcoin was at 1850. 9 days ago, we properly broke above $3,000. For the first time, anyone owning in, what is it, greater than 9 months? Yes, greater than 9 months has a 300% profit. Whoa, dude, that's pretty awesome. And I butchered that whole thing. So you're going to have to click on his tweet to properly interpret what I just said. All right. Yeah, it says less than a month ago. Less than a month ago, Bitcoin was at 1850. Remember that? Hope you didn't have a SegWit panic, dudes, because I said it was going to be good. All right. Latest from Andy Hoffman. Andy Hoffman posted something on Steemit. It was his podcast with Renegade Investor. Renegade Investor will be on the show again on This Week in Bitcoin pretty soon, I hope. And Andy Hoffman should come on This Week in Bitcoin. Andy Hoffman usually comes on I have my own dedicated Andy Hoffman show. I think he's been on 4 different times now, right? But he's got weird times. He usually can't make the This Week in Bitcoin show, but it would be great. He could talk his Bitcoin. He could be on that show. Man, he can battle with the best of them when we're talking Bitcoin. That is the first gold guy. He's from Miles Franklin, Precious Metals. He's like the first prominent gold guy that got on the Bitcoin bandwagon. And now there are a lot of gold guys on the Bitcoin bandwagon. A lot of golden holders out there. Gold and hold. Treat it like gold. Just hold on to Bitcoin like you used to hold on to gold. All you gold lovers out there. And you silver stackers. Vention MGTOW. Pound that like button. Oh my God, I don't even, I just realized when I said the words Vention MGTOW, a great dude, to look over in the chat and some dude gave me 20 bucks or 20 pounds. Who is that? I recognize his ghost monster out there. God, now I can't. There, it's the bad virus. Monero and Bitcoin for the win, he says. 2 strong communities standing side by side. It's about the politics. It's all about the politics? Together. We all will win. Freedom is everything. Hey, thank you for the 20 pounds. I guess you're over there in England. I'm over here in Dublin today. And of course, the bad virus uses a ghost monster from Pac-Man as a symbol, which brings me back to my days of playing Junior Pac-Man. And my close friends know about Junior Pac-Man, a great, awesome video game from the olden days. I like simple things. I like Pac-Man. I don't like fancy graphics, dudes. And yeah, that's from the super in the live chat. You can do something called super chat. You can send me fiat. And I appreciate it. I really appreciate the 20 pounds. And I'll read off your statement or whatever. But again, I only see that pop up on the side when I actually have the chat open on the side, which I did not for most of the show. All right, we got to move on here, man. We get them. And that all of you who watch this on not live, and thank you for not watching this live, because you don't have to watch this live. There's no point in watching it live unless you want to troll with one another and do odd things in the chat. I don't know what goes. I read the chat afterwards most of the time, and there's some, that's a family atmosphere there. I keep this show family, man. I never curse on the air. If you're new to this channel, I don't curse on the air. We shouldn't do that. The people who come on the show do curse. I really can't stop them. It flows out of some people's mouth. Bitcoin, baby. And yeah, again, this is an ironic shirt. It's, you know, I don't like the bank. I don't like Chase. It's just irony. Get cryptograffiti. Check out his link below, and check out all the links below. All right, so Bitcoin is clearly still the world reserve cryptocurrency. I mean, there's just huge trading volume today on Bitcoin. I mean, it got back to 50% dominance, which is pretty hard to do since we had all these ICOs. It doesn't really mean much, but there's a lot of altcoin money that was flowing into Bitcoin today. So is there gonna be this end of the world type scenario? I used to think all the altcoin money was gonna flow back in, but I did not grasp this ICO madness at first, that all these newbies are just gonna blindly get into this stuff. I mean, it is a maddening craze, but I mean, there is going to be an altcoin flow of some sort into Bitcoin. It's not going to be good for your altcoins. It's not going to be good for ICOs. It's going to be good for Bitcoin. When will it happen? Has it happened? I mean, we're close to 50%. That we were at 50% dominance again today. And again, it's not that important of a measurement, but I do want to talk about that. You know, the possibilities of the altcoin, that it's a huge bubble and it's going to help Bitcoin. All right. So yeah, fear of missing out spreads. And you know, there have been so many predictions about Bitcoin over the years that have involved, getting people into a fear of missing out mode. Like, it's going to hit 10,000 because, and they give logical reasons why it's going to hit 10,000, or they give models, financial, all these very logical things based on supply and demand. And there's X amount of millionaires out there, and there's only X amount of, Bitcoin out there. And if every million, all these awesome statistics. And are these things really coming true now? Is that why I mean, I think people are hoarding it. I really do think people don't want to sell it we talked about it on the show yesterday. So I think this is the Bitcoin hoarding that I predicted, and that it's just going to add to this fear of missing out that's in the air. But I mean, again, the strong hands has paid off. Long-term thinking has paid off here. And for a guy like me, I mean, I've always been a pretty long-term thinker, and always had a strong hand in lots of aspects of life. I don't understand why people don't want to grasp it. I'm just the guy who does not, I don't have to buy the latest trend. I'm not convinced by advertising that I have to buy stuff or eat at a restaurant. And you guys got to get out of that mindset. You guys got to get out of that mindset, because you're wasting your money on some crazy things out there that have nothing to do with Bitcoin. When you could have, I made videos when I was in New Zealand, it's over a year ago, and I should find them just saying, hey, if you have $4,000, you should get 10 Bitcoin now. If you would have followed my advice then, you'd have the $40,000 worth of Bitcoin. Instead of now, if you have $4,000, you get 1 Bitcoin, which is fine. Which is fine. But you have to decide for yourself. In 2020, which is the next halving is coming up in that year, is my Bitcoin going to be worth more than $4,000 then? Decide for yourself. That's something you're going to have to make. And you know what? I'm not here to convince you of anything. I don't want to be looked at like people ask my opinion and then they do as I say. Don't do as because so many people in the crypto space are just looking for a guru to tell them exactly what to buy, exactly what to do. If you have that type of mentality, you got to change. You got to drop out of cryptocurrency for a while, because you're going to make a huge mistake, because they are literally people who they hear about Steam. Someone says, buy Steam, they'll buy Steam. And as I've said, I love Steemit. I post on Steemit every day. Why buy Steam when you get Steam for free by posting on Steemit? How many times? That's one of my classic lines. Pound that like button. Speaking of This Week in Bitcoin, which we were speaking about beforehand, Benny had a great point. BTC Benny, he's got a great channel out there, especially if you're a newbie. He's got a great channel out there. If you want to learn some basics. He's got a good archives. I got a good archives too. I post a new video here every day, so do check out the archives. But anyway, Benny had a great point. Another reason that he brought up on my show, another reason to hold Bitcoin is that in the future, if they're free clone coins like Bcash, which there might be, you get free clone coins. So they're not cloning Litecoin, or maybe some people will want to clone Litecoin, be my guest, but they're cloning Bitcoin. By the way, that dude who gave me the 20 pounds, he brought up Monero, and yeah, Dude, people use Monero. That's one of the few altcoins people actually use. I brought that up. I think I brought that up on the show of mine recently. I also brought it up on Yes for Motivation show today. But it's something important to remember when you're talking about how awesome your altcoin is and how awesome your ICO is. No one uses them yet. It's just pure speculation. They use Bitcoin. I've heard they use Litecoin. People have used Litecoin to save money on Bitcoin transactions. People use Ethereum to buy ICOs and build ICOs. And people use Monero to get drugs and prostitutes. So, and I'm sorry to say the word prostitutes because it is a family channel, but sorry, children. All right. Don't ask your parents what that is. So, what else do we have here? Another tweet, Bobby Lee. This is stuff I wanted to get out yesterday. I ran out of time yesterday. I'm probably running long today. Bobby Lee says Bitcoin prices are at almost 3 ounces of gold. Eventually, price of 1 Bitcoin will be compared to 1 kilogram of gold. We are 8.7% of the way there. Cool. Hey, I linked to a guy who, David1234, David1234. He follows me on Twitter. And he's got a cool new graphic up there. Well, it's actually a few days old now. It's a Bitcoin graphic. It's nice. It's kind of a Bcash one also. Check it out below. All right, here's some crazy poll results from Jimmy Song. He put, how much Bcash have you sold? 35% of people said between 51% and all of it. 6% of people said between 26% and half of it. And 41% said none of it, between none of it and 25%. So that was the winner, 41% of the people. And this is an unscientific poll, people. And then 18% of the people said they bought more Bcash. That's a lot of people. If it really spills over to like the mainstream buyers of cryptocurrency out there. So you're wondering why this thing is being sustained. And I'm screaming, don't buy it. All these other people are selling it. All these other, people are holding on to it too. It's lasting. It's whether you like it or not, it's lasting. I can scream it to the rooftops. You get it for free. Don't buy it. But 18% of the people are buying it. Unscientific poll. All right. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Pound that like button. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Dude, check out the notes section below. The bad virus, again, says Monero is freedom. He is really pumping his favorite altcoin, isn't he? I will talk to you guys in the chat now. Bye-bye.